Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Okay, today I'm here to discuss a new topic called tenses, isn't it? So, almost we have completed many topics as part of our syllabus, but now today I shall introduce to you, though you have some knowledge, basic knowledge about tenses, but let us discuss some more points about different tenses. Okay, now look here, look at the slide. Okay, now basically actually before starting, let me tell you, in the English language there are three broad categories of tenses. Okay, what are they? Present, past and future. Now these are only grammatical categories that do not always correspond to the present, past and future time as such. So for example, when you say my parents are coming tomorrow, the tense used in the is the present continuous tense, but the time referred to is about the future time, isn't it? The tense here is present continuous. My parents are coming tomorrow. But the time you are referring to is tomorrow you are saying. So it is referred to its future time. So the time referred to is future time. So tense and time. So tense and time are two different aspects. And the term tense, it refers to a grammatical structure of a verb, and it usually, what does it inform? It informs us whether the action is complete or yet to complete, etc. So but time can be mentioned separately depending on what you want to convey or what we want to convey. So basically, because verb tenses tell us how an action relates to the flow of time. So there are three main verb tenses, isn't it? What are they? Present, past and future. Again, further they are divided. Okay, so now you have to understand that tenses are forms of a verb that show the time, or that show the continuance, or that show the completion of an action or a state that is expressed in connection with the moment at which a statement is made about it. Okay, and they are a form of verb based method, and they indicate the time, that tell about the action, whether it is a continuation of the action or whether the action has been completed. Followed. So now moving to our next slide. So now basically here you hope you understood. So the tenses can be primarily classified into past, present and future. Okay. Moving to our next slide. First we shall discuss about the objectives. So on completing this lesson, you will be able to understand the three tenses. You will be able to understand the three tenses and make use of the appropriate verb forms in the tenses. Okay. Followed. So you will understand. Now coming to, okay, so here moving to our next slide. Now there are three tenses. How many tenses are there? Three tenses. Followed. Okay, see, present tense, past tense and future tense. Moving to our next slide. Again this, every tense, now present tense or past tense or maybe future tense, every tense has four forms again. How many forms? Four forms. So the first form is simple present or indefinite. Then second is continuous, or we can say progressive. And third is perfect. Present perfect we say. Then present perfect continuous we say. Present perfect continuous. So every tense again is divided into four forms. So it has four forms. Simple, if we take present tense, they are classified into simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. Followed? Okay. Now moving to our next slide. Past tense. Similarly, past tense. Simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. Followed. Okay. Moving to our next slide. Again coming to future. Again, simple future tense, future continuous tense and future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. So understood? So totally 3 into 4 we have 12. How many we have? 12. Okay, now moving to next slide. Look here. So just an example of the verb forms. Look here. So for example, in the present tense, the main form of the verb, how it will be. Some examples. Later, I'll again tell you about the structure. But before that, just have a glance at this slide. So about the different verb forms V1, V2, V3 and V4. Okay, in the V1 form we have V1 form present tense, main form of the verb, and V2 form it's about past tense, and V3 form it's about the past participle, and V4 form it is about the present participle. V1 plus ing form is added. Okay, so now for example, if it is do in the present in the V1 form, if it is do, then V2 becomes did, done, doing, eat, ate, eaten, eating, give, gave, given, giving, write, wrote, written, then writing, speak, spoke, spoken, speaking. Followed? Hope you understood. Okay, now coming to these 12 tense forms. Okay, once go through these examples, have a look. So if it is simple past, then we simply say I studied English yesterday. It's a past action. Okay, simple past, I studied English yesterday. Then present, I study English. I study, as just as saying about the routine. Okay, I study English. Then future, always future. In future we have to use the words like will or shall. I will study English. I will study English. Okay, action is not yet completed. Okay, so past is completed action. Here present is it's a routine, habit. Okay, then future, I will study English. Then coming to continuous, past continuous. Past continuous, look here. I was studying English. I was studying English. Then present continuous, I am studying English. Okay, to the verb form you are adding ing. Then future, I will be studying English. I will be studying English. Okay, so it's about past continuous, present continuous, and future continuous. Now coming to past perfect. For past we use had. I had studied English. I had studied English. Then present, I have studied English. Then future, I will have studied English. It's future perfect. I will have studied English. Followed? Okay, next. Perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous. I had been studying English. I had been, remember, I had been studying English. Then present, I have been studying English. Then future, I will have been studying English. I will have been studying English. Followed? So these are the 12 tense forms. 12 tense forms. Moving to our next slide. Now coming to the formula. Let's have a glance, so that if you know the basic formula, you can write. Okay. Now coming to, so here in the present indefinite tense, or okay, simple present, how it will be? So the structure will be, the formula will be subject plus V1 form of the verb, and if when necessary you have to add s and es to the third person singular followed by the object. Okay, and in present continuous it will be subject plus you have to use am or is or are, then plus V4 plus ing form of the verb because it's continuous, then followed by object. Then present perfect, subject plus either you have to use have or has plus V3 form. Okay, V3 form, that it is from, okay, V3 form, and plus followed by object. Then present perfect continuous, have been or has been plus V4 plus object. Followed? Okay. Now moving to our next slide. Here just go through some examples. Before that let me put the structure only here. Before that, so I want to tell you some more examples. Okay, so if it is simple present, now if we take the verb write, then how it will be modified, you just listen to me. So in the present tense we simply say, in the simple present it will be write or else writes. I write or he writes. I write notes or he writes notes. Okay, then if it is in the simple past, I wrote notes or he wrote notes. Write becomes wrote. Then in future, I will write or he will write. I will write or he will write. Then coming to present continuous, I am writing. He is writing. They are writing. Okay. They are writing. Depending on that, either you have to use am or is or are. Followed by, because to the verb write, we have to add the ing form in the present continuous. I am writing, he is writing, or they are writing. Then past tense. He was writing. They were writing. Okay. Was or were plus writing. Then future. Will be writing. What it is? Will be writing. Okay. Then perfect. Present perfect. He has written. They have written. Has written or have written. Then past perfect. Had written. You have to use had written. Had. And then written. Okay. Then future. Will have written. What is it? Will have written. Okay. Then coming to present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense has been writing. Present perfect continuous has been writing. He has been writing. They have been writing. Okay. If it's past, had been writing. Had been writing. If it's future, will have been writing. We have to write will have been writing. Followed. So just always when we want to, if we want to write our routine, or if I ask you to write your routine, then we generally write our routine in simple present tense only, all the activities, because those activities we do regularly. So we generally, all our routine we write usually in the simple present tense. Okay. So now only habitual actions, or because the simple present tense describes habitual actions and some universal truths and daily routines. Followed. What they describe? The simple present tense describes the habitual actions or universal truths and daily routines. Followed. Okay. Now the simple present tense is formed by using the verb in its basic form only, and you have to add just is or es to the verb with the third person singular object. With the third person singular object, he or she. Okay. So example, let me tell you example. I come home early. I come home early. Or then if you want to speak about your father, my father comes home late. My father comes home late. To the verb come, you just have added s. Followed. So now I'll read out a passage, then you can find many sentences in the simple present tense. Followed. Hi. So now I am describing a passage which is about Venkatesh's routine. Okay. Hi, I am Venkatesh. I am a student of the Government Polytechnic. On working days, I usually get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I complete my morning ablutions by 7 a.m. and I do yoga from 7 to 7:30 a.m. I have breakfast at 7:45 a.m. I reach college at 9:15 a.m. I attend classes from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. I have lunch between 12 to 1 p.m. I attend classes in the afternoon till 3:30 p.m. and I play volleyball with my friends. I go home at 6:30 p.m. I have a bath and have a snack at 6:45 p.m. I study for 2 hours. I have dinner at 9:15 p.m. and watch TV for an hour. I go to bed at 10:45 p.m. So here, and routine will be something different on Sundays. Okay. So here you might have noticed that these all sentences are in the simple present tense. In the sense, so all the habitual actions or universal truths and daily routines they will be in simple present tense only. Followed. Okay. So let me now moving to our next slide. So here are some examples. It's a table of present tense. Have a glance. Look here. So here, I eat fruits. It is simple present. I eat fruits. And present continuous, it becomes I am eating fruits. Then present perfect, I have. For third, okay, for first person and as well as for third person plural, so we use have. Okay, so I have eaten fruits. Next, coming to present perfect continuous tense. I have been eating fruits, because it's present perfect as well as continuous tense, where it is I have been eating fruits. Next, we eat fruits. We are eating fruits. We have eaten fruits in the perfect tense. Okay, then present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. We have been eating fruits. We have been eating fruits. Followed. Okay, next. You eat fruits. You are eating fruits. You have eaten fruits. You have been eating fruits. You have been eating fruits. Okay. Next. He eats fruits. He eats fruits. He is eating fruits. And he has eaten fruits. And he has been eating fruits. Okay. Then she eats fruits. She is eating fruits. She has eaten fruits. She has been eating fruits. Okay. Now it eats fruits. It is eating fruits. It has eaten fruits. It has been eating fruits. Okay. This is all about present perfect continuous. Now they eat fruits. They are eating fruits. They have eaten fruits. They have been eating fruits. Followed. Now hope you understood how to write. Okay. So now moving to our next slide. Moving to our next slide. Okay. Coming to the formula of past tense. What is it? Past tense. Before that, okay, let me tell you some more additional information regarding present tense only. And you know the negative of the simple present tense is formed using it's formed using is not. If it is, you have to put a not and then it will change into negative sentence. And am not, and are not, do not, does not, etc. For example, now in the positive sentence is an affirmative sentence, and if you add a not, it will change into negative sentence. In the examination, they may ask you, they may give you a sentence and they may ask you to write the negative sentence of the negative sentences of the sentences given. Okay, so you should be, you should listen to me now. Now, if it is I am something, I am a teacher, I am a lecturer, then negative of it is I am not a lecturer, I am not a lecturer. Then you are. If you say, then you are not, you have to say. If we are, then we have to say we are not. They are not. They are good, they are not good. We are good, we are not good. You are bad, you are not bad. Something like that. Okay. Then you are, we are, they are. Okay, he is, she is, it is. Then we have to say he is not, she is not, it is not. Okay, you are, they are. In the sense, you are not, they are not, we are not. Followed. And I run. If I say I run, then you have to say for I, you have to use do. I do not run. What you have to say? I do not run. Then if you say you run, you do not run. Then we run, we do not run. They run, they do not run. Okay. He runs. If it is third person singular. Okay. Okay. He runs. Then he does not, you have to say. For he and she, you have to use does. For I, for you, and for we, and for they. Okay. For first person, for second person, and for third person plural, you have to use do. And for third person singular, okay, third person singular, we have to use does not. He runs, he does not. She runs, she does not. Okay, he, she does not. It runs, it does not. Followed? Now if it is I, you have to use do not. I do not run. You do not run. We do not run. They do not run. Remember that. Okay. Now, if I say some sentence and ask you to write the negative of it, if I say I cook well, then you have to say, because it is I, you have to use do. I do followed by not. Then the positive sentence will change into negative sentence. She works very hard. She does not work very hard. He likes music. He does not like music. Then we are using he, then, okay, then the verb doesn't have S form. So you will not put S to the verb and remove the S. He does not like, you have to say. He likes music, he does not like music. He does not like, you shouldn't say. Okay, like that. And some incorrect and correct sentences. So I am going to college by bus every day. It's wrong. I am going to college by bus every day. So every day in the sense it is a habitual action, some sort of daily routine. Then you have to say, instead of using the continuous ing form, you have to say I go to college. What you have to say? I am going to college by bus every day is wrong, and simply you have to say instead I go to college by bus every day. I go to college by bus every day. Followed. Then she is knowing me. She is knowing me. It's a wrong statement. So you have to say she knows me. What do you have to say? She knows me. Followed. Okay. Now, so observe the use of simple present tense in cricket in commentaries even. In cricket commentaries also they use simple present tense only. Okay. And then in newspaper headlines also. We use simple present tense only. Followed. So if I say I like sweets, I do not like sweets, you have to say. She reads well, she does not read well. She does not read well. Okay, we play every day. We do not play, because it's we do not play every day. We do not play every day. She loves children, she does not love children. Okay, the students want to play cricket, the students do not want to play cricket. The dog barks at strangers, the dog does not bark at strangers. She prefers coffee, she does not prefer coffee. We walk regularly, we do not walk regularly. We do not walk regularly. Okay. We wait for the holidays, we do not wait for the holidays. So in this way, you have to change all the positive sentences into the negative sentences. Followed. And also, and the present, now coming to present continuous tense, speaking about the present continuous tense, it is made by using is or am or are followed by the main verb with an ing ending, I told you. Okay. And it is used to talk about something which is happening now or at the time you are speaking or writing. When something is happening at the time you are speaking or at the time you are writing, then that is something in the present continuous. So the time expressions like now, at the moment and at present are used with the present continuous, but they only they are used as an option only. So I am writing, she is singing. I am writing and she is singing. She is singing. Follow. Okay. Now see he is seeing the movie. That's wrong. We have to say he is watching the movie. He is watching the movie, we have to say. Followed. Now look here. So it's all about the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. And it is formed by using has or have been. Present continuous, it is formed by using has or have been followed by the main verb with an ing ending. Okay. So it is used to talk about something which has continued to happen for a long period of time, because the past and which is still continuing now. So have not and has not. Okay. They plus ing form of verb are the negative forms of the present perfect continuous tense. Have not and has not, okay, plus ing form of the verb, they are the negative forms of the present perfect continuous tense. Followed. Now if at all, look here, for the time of if we want to, some of you may not know when to use for and when to use since. When we use sing, only the beginning time is mentioned and the action is still being continued, because now I am speaking about the continuous tense. So time of beginning of the action, it center over the end of the diagram. Okay. Now look here. So I can't. So let me tell you with an example. So we have been living here since 1999. We have been living here. We have been living here since 1999. So we have been living here for 11 years, we can say. When we mention the time period, we can say for, but because we have mentioned only the beginning time and all the ending time, still continuing to live. So we have to say we have been living here since 1999, and we have been living here for 11 years we can say, for 11 years we can say. Followed. Okay. So use for to refer to the entire duration. Always you have to use for to the entire duration. And use since to refer to the beginning of time only beginning of the time. Follow. Okay. Now next, coming to some incorrect statements and correct statements. Some incorrect and some correct. I am waiting since morning. I am waiting since morning. It's wrong. Then what should be the answer? So instead I am waiting since morning, we have to say I have been waiting, because it is continuous tense. Okay. So I have been waiting since morning. I have been waiting since morning. And she served lunch just now. She has served lunch just now, because it's perfect. Okay. Then he just went out. He just went out. Then he has just gone out. He has just gone out. They are playing for many hours. They are playing for many hours. So they have been playing for many hours. They have been playing for many hours. We are learning English for a long time. We have been learning English for a long time. Okay, I am repeating. We are learning English for a long time. We have been learning English for a long time. Followed. So the present continuous is used to talk about things that are happening now, and use the simple present tense to talk about daily routine. Okay. So you have to use simple present only to talk about, I told you, habitual actions, universal truths and daily routines there. And some verbs, they cannot be used in the present continuous form. Some verbs. There will be some verbs which cannot be used. Which cannot be used in the continuous tense. Okay. Now, the words in the, if at all, so if I give some jumbled sentences, can you put them in an order? So, the cakes, okay, it's not necessary. Okay. Now let me tell you about the present perfect tense, because I just now told you about the continuous tense. Now coming to present continuous, it's often used to talk about the past actions. When do we use the present perfect tense? So something happened already. So when we want to talk about the past actions which are completely finished and have relevance to the present, but they have completed, the actions have been completed, but they have relevance to the present, then it links the past with the present. So time expressions that refer to a finished period, like last week, yesterday, okay, in 2009, cannot be used with this tense. And the structure of the present perfect tense, it is, you have to either use has. If it is he or she, we use has. If it is I or third person plural, they, then we use have. What we use? Have. Okay. So now, the structure will be has or have plus verb in the past participle. Okay, verb in the past participle form, and have not and has not plus a past participle are the negative forms of the present perfect. So you have to see some regular verbs, some irregular verbs. Okay, and then so you have to memorize the rules also, and you have to learn the pronunciation, and you have to learn the meanings also. So then later you can understand easily. Okay. And present perfect tense conveys an action in the past with a result now. Result is now, but action has been completed in the previous only. Okay. Now moving to our next slide. So here, now coming to the past tense, formula of the past tense. Present we have completed, coming to the formula of the past tense. Okay. So what is actually past? Every moment before the present is the past. All the moments which are before the present, every moment before the past. Every moment before the past is, before the present is, every moment before the present is past. Okay. Sometimes we need to ask and speak about the past situations and actions sometimes. Okay. They want you to tell or share your some adventure of yours or some past action Okay, something happened in your life and some problem you have faced, and how did you come out of the problem? So such questions you may face. So every moment before the present is the past, and sometimes when asked, you should be able to speak in some situations, or else you should be able to answer. Okay, so then the simple past tense describes actions that have taken place at a specific time in, okay, specific time in the past. So actions must have completed in the past, but at a particular specific time. Okay, so if I read out a passage, hope you will understand or find some past tenses, some sentences in the past tense. Okay, so and now just read, just listen attentively. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar, the legendary cricketer, was born in Mumbai. Where was he born? Mumbai. So, okay. And he showed interest in cricket quite early in life. And he was hailed as a child prodigy. And Ramakant Ambedkar, a cricket coach in Mumbai, groomed him. And Sachin demonstrated his talent by scoring a triple century for his school, and he created many world records. He scored thousands of runs in all formats of the game, and he led the Indian side as well. And Sachin retired from cricket in 2013. He retired from cricket in the year 2013. So what you have to do is, so now while speaking or writing, now here you might have noticed you was born, I used showed interest, action already completed. He was hailed, next he created, he scored, he led. Sachin retired from cricket in 2013. So the tense here is past tense. So while speaking or writing about past situations or actions, we use verbs in the past tense. Now look at the structure here. Formula of past tense: past indefinite, past or indefinite. It is simple past. Subject plus verb form, V2 form. Okay, plus object followed. Then, and while speaking or writing about past situations or actions, we use the verbs in the past tense. Just now I told you V2 form. And the past tense of many verbs is formed just by adding ed to the base form of the verb. Just if you add ed, then the verb will become past. Okay, the same form is also applied in the past participle. Also the same form is applied. And for example, if I tell a word, base word or root word, then if I want you to change the word into the past tense, let me give some examples. All of you: work in the present tense, and worked. Again worked only, past participle form. Okay, cook, cooked, cooked. Arrange, arranged, arranged. Discuss, discussed, discussed. Followed. All such verbs we call them as regular verbs, because their past tense and past participle forms are formed just by adding what? Ed to the base form. Just you added just ed, and they've changed, isn't it? So those we call them as what? What we call them as? Okay, regular verbs. And the past and the past participle forms of some verbs are not regular. It means they are formed differently. Hence they are called as irregular verbs. Now, so let me tell you. So we have four patterns. Pattern 1 is all different. Now, if a word is speak, then in the V1 form it is speak. Then in the V2 form it is spoke, and in the V3 form it is spoken. What is it? Spoken. Followed. And now if it is last two same, then make. Last two will be same. Look here. Now first one, all were different. So when I said speak, spoke, spoken, all three were different. Speak, spoke, and V3 form was spoken. But now here last two will be similar. Last two same in the sense make, made. If it is make, made. Then first and last same. For example, come becomes came. and then again come. So come is the base form V1 form, okay, and in the V2 form, it is came, and again in the V3 form it is come. Followed. Okay. Now coming to another example. Okay. If it is here, all will be the same. So cut. CUT cut in the present V1 form, and in the V2 form is also the same cut, and the V3 form also it is the same cut. Followed. So we have discussed enough about the past tense, but still, okay, you remember them, and here I'll show you a table. Now here we have discussed about the formula, isn't it? Now moving to the next slide. It's a table of past tense. Let me tell you the examples. Here, what are the examples? In past indefinite or simple past, I ate fruits. And then here past continuous, I was eating fruits. Then I had, because the action is already completed, you have to use had. So I had eaten fruits. Then past perfect continuous, I had been eating fruits. Next, if it is we ate fruits, we were eating fruits. Okay, we had eaten fruits. We had been eating fruits. Then coming to you ate fruits. You were eating fruits. Then you had eaten fruits and you had been eating fruits. Okay. Then he ate fruits. He was eating fruits, because it's singular. Okay. Third person singular. Then he was eating fruits. He had eaten fruits. He had been eating fruits. Then she ate fruits. She was eating fruits. She then had eaten fruits and she had been eating fruits. Followed. The next. It was eating fruits, and then it had eaten fruits. It had been eating fruits. Okay. Next. They ate fruits. They were eating fruits. They had eaten fruits. They had been eating fruits. So this is a table. Okay. Now here, table of what? Past tense. Now moving to the next slide. Coming to future. So before discussing, so let me tell some more examples for past tense only. So for example, we use generally what? Was not or were not. If it is singular, we use was not, and if it is plural, if the subject is plural, then we use were not and did not to form negative sentences. Okay, in the simple past. Then I am telling you some examples. Okay, I was not late, he was not late, she was not late, it was not late, and we were not hungry, because we are plural. For I, he, she, it, we use was followed by not to change into negative. Okay, so now I was not, he was not, she was not, it was not. Followed. Then if we, for we, they, okay, we, you, they, you, for second person as well as for third person. Okay, for first person and for third person plural, and for second person you, we use here differently. Now here look. So for we were not hungry, you were not interested. Okay, they were not hungry. We were not hungry, they were not hungry, or you were not hungry, or you were not interested. Follow. Then coming to I, we, you, they, he, she, it. If at all if you want to use did not, Negative sentence. I did not play. It's about past only, but happened action, and he want to say something negative of that. So, what we can say? What we can say? I did not. I did not play. We did not play. You did not see, or they did not go, or he did not. He did not enjoy. She did not enjoy. It did not see, or it did not go, like that. Followed. So it's all like that, and there are many examples. And let me tell you now some incorrect and some correct sentences. So if I say I have written my examination in 2009. I have written my examination in 2009. Then it's wrong, isn't it? What we have to say? I wrote my exam in 2009. I wrote my exam in 2009. Our teacher did not came yesterday is wrong. Our teacher did not come yesterday. What is it? Come yesterday. Okay. Next. She is dancing when I saw her. She is, we shouldn't say. She was. Action is past. Okay. So, she is dancing when I saw her. She was dancing when I saw her. She was dancing when I saw her. The boys have left 2 hours ago. The boys have left 2 hours ago. So the boys, we have to say, left 2 hours ago. And they are waiting for the bus. They are waiting for the bus at 9 o'clock. No. They were waiting for the bus at 9 o'clock. They are waiting for the bus, it is wrong. So they were. They were. You saw it's something past now. So they were waiting for the bus at 9 o'clock. Followed. Okay, so this is all about what? This is all about what? Past tense. So past tense, but and let me tell you about past continuous tense also. We have simple past we have discussed. Then before moving to the future tense, we should also focus more on past continuous tense. So past continuous tense, now simple past describes actions that took place at a specific time in the past. Past perfect is used to describe a past action which took place before another past action. Okay. And coming to past continuous is used to describe actions in progress in the past. In the past, some action was progressing. It was under process of progress. So now for that we have to use ing form necessarily, and that is a past continuous tense. Okay. Now, okay, and it is formed by using what? By using was or were. If it is singular, we use was, and if it is plural, we use were, followed by a verb in its ing form. It is used to refer to an action that was happening at a particular time in the past. Followed. So, if you imagine that a child was walking behind his father, we say a child was walking behind his father on the road. A child was walking behind his father. Okay. A child was walking behind his father was walking. And coming to past perfect. Past perfect is used when there are two actions that occurred in the past. So two actions. So it tells us the sequence of the actions. It indicates which action happened first and which action next. So it's used to refer to the past in the past tense. So if you want to refer to past in the past tense, so it is formed by using had followed by a verb in past participle form. So we have to use had and followed by verb, and that verb should be in the past participle form. Okay. So past perfect tense, it is used to refer to the first action. Past perfect. Okay. And the next are indicated by using the next actions or other actions other than the first action. They are indicated using the simple past tense. Okay. Simple past tense. Followed. Now, so let me tell you some incorrect and correct. Incorrect and correct. Now, when I reached the station, the train left. When I reached the station, the train left. It's wrong. So what we have to say instead? When I reached the station, the train had already left. The train had. Perfect. So perfect tense. The train had left. And I had asked him yesterday. I had asked him yesterday. It's not necessary. I asked him yesterday. What is it? I asked him yesterday. That's enough. Okay. So you have to observe the difference between the past perfect and the past continuous. Past perfect and the past continuous. In the past perfect, two actions happen at different times. Okay. And in the past continuous, two actions happen simultaneously. Okay. So, Past perfect, two actions happen at two different times, and past continuous, two actions happen simultaneously. Okay, that's the difference. Followed? Okay. Now moving to our next slide. It's about the future tense. What is it? Formula of future tense. Now look at the formula. So for simple future, we use here the structure will be like that. Subject plus will or shall should be inserted, and V1 form the verb followed by object. And for the future continuous, so will be always will be plus V4 in form of the verb and object. V4 in form and then object. And for future perfect, will have subject and subject followed by will have and then V3 form plus object followed. And if it is future perfect continuous, then we have subject plus will have been plus V4 plus object. Subject plus will have been plus V4 plus object. Followed. Next. So now just now I told you about the structure of the future tense, isn't it? Structure of the future tense. So here now we human beings, we are very interested in our future, isn't it? We would love to know about our future. We think of it and we also make some plans for our future, isn't it? And what is the use of future tense here? Let me tell you. The future tense is used to describe the actions which take place in the future, and we generally use, just now I told you, shall and will to form the future tense. And shall is used for I and we. For what? I and we. And will is used for you, he, she, it and they. Again I repeat, when we have to use shall, I and we. I shall, we shall, I shall, we shall. And will generally is used for you. You will, he will, she will, it will, they will. Okay. But for only I and we shall, so they take shall after them. I and we. Followed? Okay. Now, if I just read out a passage, you will understand. You please notice how many sentences are there which come under future tense. So after college today, I am going to visit my friend. After that, I think I'll go to the park. Around 6 p.m. I will go home and eat a snack. I will watch TV for an hour. Then I will chat with my parents till 8 p.m. and I shall watch the news on TV at 9 p.m. Then I shall go to bed around 10 p.m. Followed. So here you have come across many sentences which are in the future tense, because you have noticed many wills, isn't it? So the words shall and will, they are commonly used to refer to actions and events in the future. And we use the simple future tense to predict future events and to state inevitable some future facts. Okay. So in modern English, there is no distinction between the use of will and shall. So use will in all statements and questions, and use shall in questions when you use I or we as subjects. Whenever we use I or we as subjects, then we have to use necessarily shall. And in all other cases, for it may be you or he or she or it or they, except I and we. For I and we shall, remember, and in all other cases you can use will, not shall. Okay. So like that. So I can say it will be sunny tomorrow. It will be sunny tomorrow. Because it is it, I have used. Well, if it was I should have I would use shall. For we, I should use only shall. Okay. That's the thing. He will watch television. Because it's he, I have used will. Followed. I shall be going to Shirdi tomorrow. We shall be writing tests on Monday. Or he will be playing cricket next week. Or they will be practicing some test on Monday. Or it will be like that. You will be. Okay, you will be. For I shall. Okay, for we shall. And for okay, he will be he will be going to receive a gift, he will be going to receive a gift, like that. So then coming to future continuous. Future continuous tense is used to talk about a temporary action in progress at some point in the future. Some temporary action in progress at some point in the future. So the structure will be will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. So will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form followed. Okay. So now some so before that, now look at the next slide. Here let us see some sentences. Now come here. So it's a table of future. We have already earlier discussed table of present and past, isn't it? So table of future. So in simple future it will be I will eat fruits. I will, future action, I will eat fruits. Then future continuous, I'll be eating fruits. Then future perfect, I will have, because this I we have to use have. I will have eaten for perfect. I will have eaten fruits. I will have been eating fruits. Future perfect continuous. Future perfect, I will be having, I will have been eating. For verb eat, you have to add ing form. Followed. So just now I told you, what did I say? Will or shall, okay, plus be form plus verb plus ing form. Here be form is have. Okay, I will have been eating fruits. Next, now coming to, okay, so future simple, we will eat fruits, about we. Then continuous, we will be eating fruits. Then perfect, future perfect, we will have eaten fruits. Then future perfect continuous, we will have been eating fruits. Next, you will eat fruits, you will be eating fruits, you will have eaten fruits, you will have been eating fruits. Then he will eat fruits, he will be eating fruits, he will have he will has eaten fruits, because it's he. Okay, then he will have been eating fruits. She will eat fruits, she will be eating fruits, she will has eaten fruits, she will have been eating fruits. Okay, next, it will eat fruits, it will be eating fruits, it will has eaten, and it will have been eating fruits. Followed. So like that. Then coming to, it's an activity. Okay, before that, let me tell you some incorrect sentences. I am sure Sita passes the exams in first class. So that's wrong. So we have to say, I am sure Sita will pass the exams with a first class. The car is going to New Delhi next week. I am telling here next week. So is going to, no, you have to say the car will go to New Delhi next week. The car will go to New Delhi next week. Followed. Okay. So coming to here an activity. Spelling is mistake. Okay. Activity on present tense. Fill in the blanks with appropriate verb forms. Okay. Verb forms it should be. Okay. Divya is dash with her parents. You try to complete. Okay. Divya is. Then the moon around the earth. This is about present tense I told you. Divya is. Then the moon. Okay. I dash been teaching English for 12 years. The principal wants to talk you. You have to insert appropriate. Now here is another activity on past tense. Fill in the blanks with appropriate verb form. Dhoni played or playing a wonderful match. Or they was doing well or they were doing well. Then she had completed or she completes her work before lunch. It's about past tense. Okay, you recall and appropriately you fill. I reached the station but the train had already leave or left the station. Okay. Now moving to the another slide. It's an activity on future tense. I write a letter tomorrow. I write a letter tomorrow. No, here we should remove on by mistake. I have inserted here. Okay. Then Radha will look or looks after the matter. Then who come with me, who are come with me, or who will come with me. It's about future. She will studying at the library tonight, or she will be studying at the library tonight. You fill, okay. Then with activity. Then coming to assignment. So write about any one past incident in your life in 1 or 2 paragraphs, because when you write about your some incident happened in your past, then generally you have to use past tense. And also I want you to write any two of your immediate future actions, so that you will write some sentences in the future. And in additional to that, so I have not mentioned in the slide, then you also write about your daily routine, so that you will cover some sentences under present tense. All the 3 tenses will be covered in the assignment. So you are supposed to write the routine and submit by next Monday, and you are supposed to write about any one past incident in your life in 1 or 2 paragraphs, and also about your 1 or 2 immediate future actions or goals followed. Okay, so hope today you have understood much about the 3 tenses, mainly past, future and present, which are further classified into 4 forms each. So total we have discussed today 12 tenses. So hope you have learned a lot, and thank you students for your patient listening, and we will meet in the next class with some other new topic. Okay, thank you, good day.